Yo, 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 yo. What's happening, people? This your boy Retro Rob, man. Shouts out to my new subscribers. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the channel. Shouts out to my original subscribers. Thank you guys for all that you do to make this channel what it is. I really mean that. Also, shouts out to the brothers of the real BRC. We in here. If you haven't got a chance, go ahead and check out my other videos. Alright, so I was just checking out my brother's VinLab Magazine's video a few moments ago, right? And he made a few interesting points. To some of my loyal subscribers that's been on this channel, you know that I've made endless videos talking about Smack Master Scammer and how he's getting over on the actual people that made him who he is, yada yada yada, right? So just going to piggyback off of what VinLab said. He feels like the battlers should boycott. One of the downsides to that is that a lot of those battlers, it may not be contractually possible for that to happen. A lot of them might be involved in 360 deals. A lot of them might be locked down contractually to a point to where as though they can't really, because, you know, you also made a great point when you said that they can go to other battle leagues, and other battle leagues like King of the Dot, RBE, so forth and so on, would die to have one of those top tier battlers. But see, the problem with that is a lot of them are locked and are bound to a contract with the URL. You know, so, and for those battlers who aren't, you know, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. But a lot of people, see, the thing with black people, you see it with gangs, you see it with friendships, relationships. We feel like we're obligated. We have obligation to someone who don't deserve our obligation. I'll put it that way. You feel me? Meanwhile, the people that you should actually listen to are the ones that we oftentimes don't listen to, if that makes any sense. But he also said something that was very interesting as well. He said that the Avengers, because, you know, Cassidy refers to the other battlers as the Avengers and him as Thanos, as we all know. And VinLab said, why don't those guys stand up to Smack like they stand up to Cassidy? But see, that's the world we live in now. When I did a video about a few months ago, when was the government shutdown? About a few months ago. Yeah, when I did the government shutdown, you can check that out when you get a chance as well to see what I'm talking about. A lot of the federal workers were angry and were actually mad and taking their anger out on the actual people that were receiving benefits and stuff like that, like food stamps, TANF, you know, senior citizens receiving at Social Security and all of that stuff. And I'm like, why are you getting mad at kids that's on welfare and getting mad at old people that receive disability and people that have mental disabilities? Now, I don't get it twisted. Not everybody do. But at the end of the day, that's still none of your business and none of your concern. And it wasn't none of your concern when you was working. So why are you taking your frustration out on them and not putting that energy where it's deserved and giving it to the person that got you shut down to begin with? But see, it's too easy to go at the little kid, you know, referring to going to a bully, addressing a bully, or addressing a tough guy at school. It's easy to go to the weak link. You know, naturally, in our minds, we're programmed to go at the weak individual than to go at the big cheese, as I would call it. And that's no different than what's going on right now. See, it's easy to go at Cassidy. Why are you going at somebody that is actually trying to help you? It's beyond me. Why aren't you going to the one that is actually fucking you over and got you in a predicament that you in. See, Smack is the reason why they don't have what Cassidy have. They need to take some responsibility as well because they're the reason too. You know, so that's why people say, well, Smack did this. It's kind of both. It's kind of it's Smack's fault ultimately. You feel what I'm saying? That's just like people saying, I'm going to use an analogy that a lot of us may, understand. That's just like how we say, oh, we can't blame everything on the white man. At the end of the day, the white man is to blame because they're the reason why we're in this predicament to begin with, and we're oppressed and we're trying to, undermine and screw each other over and fight against each other for their crumbs because they put us in this predicament from the beginning. But it's also a lot of our own faults too, because we fall for the games, we fall for the trap. So that's what's exactly going on right now. You have the battlers who fall for the game, they fall for the trap that Smack put them in. That's just like cigarettes, that's just like alcohol, beer, marijuana, a lot of that stuff, even bad foods. Foods with high fructose corn syrup in it, fried foods. These eating out, carry out, all of that stuff. All of that stuff is bad for you, but at the end of the day, it don't stop us from consuming it. You feel me? A lot of these pharmaceutical drugs don't stop us from going to get it. Cocaine, all of that stuff. Don't stop us from going to go get it, because at the end of the day, we only think about now. We only think about now. And that's exactly where I'm getting to when I touch on that. You feel what I'm saying? Those dudes are contractually obligated to Smack. And the ones that aren't are mentally obligated to Smack. I'll say that. You know how we always say some people are institutionalized, literally, physically, and some people are mentally institutionalized in their mind. So you have some people who are locked up, literally, and can't go nowhere. Then you have some people who are in prison in the mind. So you have people who are locked under contract, literally with Smack, and then you have people who are mentally institutionalized to Smack, thinking that one day Smack will actually do what he promised. Same way that if VinLab did say something very true. He said that, and like I said before, that Smack and them are no different than the man. They no different than the man. Same thinking, tactics, everything. Smack, who you think Smack got it from? You see what I'm saying? But I also peeped something that Tay-Rock said a while ago when they asked him about the app. And Tay-Rock said, well, I don't know about the rest of the young dudes coming up, but I know that the top tier battlers, Smack got us. You feel me? And the first thing I asked, like, why would you think like that? Like, why are you not concerned about the lower tier? The lower tier is the future. You feel me? It's so wrong on so many levels. And then on top of that, how long has Smack been doing this battle rap stuff? Since like what, 09? 10 years ago? We're 10 years in, a decade in. How long are you going to believe his promises? Tay-Rock and them still battling. I know some people now that ask me, Tay-Rock still battling? Charlie Clip still battling? Yeah, they still battling. Don't they got some new dudes? They ain't some new, yeah, T-Top, Briz. Go check them all out. People don't even talk, all we talk about is Lux, the same names. Don't nobody talk about Briz probably had one of the best years I ever seen him have. Briz always been one of my favorite. He's solidifying himself to me. Briz is gonna be something to him and T-Top, man. Those two, but you don't hear it when you talking about the Luxes and the Verbs and the Mooks and even the Cassidy. We don't talk about Briz and T-Top in them. People will talk about New Jersey Twerk, and to me personally, New Jersey Twerk ain't even on Briz or T-Top's level. I'm talking about as far as, see, New Jersey Twerk has the, you know how to my sports fans, when they say a player that's drafted, they have a huge upside, but a very low ceiling, a very low floor, but a huge ceiling. That's New Jersey Twerk. He has a huge upside, The talent is out of this world. The potential is out of this world. But how are you going to apply it? You feel me? We just seen that with Jack Boy. The talent is out of this world. The upside is out of this world. But how is that going to conflict when you come across a legend like John John? When you go against somebody like even a Calico, how's that going to translate? You feel me? But yeah, man, VinLab, they may not be contractually able to go to other leagues, man. But them other leagues definitely can use a lot of those battlers, man. RBE, all of them, especially King of the Dot. You feel me? They dry right now. Because URL taking back the spotlight. They taking the spotlight back because they got all of the best talent. They got all of the best talent. But that was just sad to me how Tay Rock said that. Because first of all, Smack has been making promises to you for years that he hasn't delivered on yet. And he noticed that Smack is the only one walking around looking fresh. Walking around flossing and glossing. All the rest of them looking like us. You feel me? I ain't gonna say we look like dirty bums or nothing like that, but I'm just saying they look like average Joes. They look like average, regular people, but they supposed to be celebrities, and I think the brother VinLab said that as well, man. They definitely do. I'm gonna tell y'all a little slight story, right? So, I was in the shelter, and I was in the shelter about a good almost a decade back. When I was in the shelter, I was probably like, I'm 29 now, I was probably like 21, 22 when I was, last time I was in the shelter. So security and stuff in there, staff in there used to make fun of us, eating the slop and stuff that they sold. Me, I personally brought my own stuff. I always been like that. Like I never, even now, I try to do my own thing. I don't never depend on another person. Like I'm not ungrateful or anything, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit up there and beg you and and drool and be all up in your face begging. That's just me. But we're in the shelter, right? So staff and stuff making fun of us. Yeah, go in there, eat that slop, and woo 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 woo, right? So a church came, and they came with hot meals, and they was like actually feeding real food. You feel me? Not some old BS that the government put together or some catering came with and donated and stuff like that. But this is some real food that's being cooked. So why staff took the food, right? They took the food and hid it in their offices, and they had met up in the offices and started eating up our good food. Didn't even let us know that the church came. And then turn around and served us the slop. And they ate the good food. Saying that to say this, and plenty of times a lot of the workers, security, I've caught them inside of the cafeteria eating the slop as well. They just like the battlers. Just because you famous and just because, you feel like you famous or you hanging around other famous people, literally, for real, you just like us. You just don't want to feel that way. I get it because of the image and who you supposed to quote unquote be. But at the end of the day, technically you living like us. From a technical standpoint, you living just like us. You eating just like us. You dressing just like us. You getting on the train, you might get in somebody else's car. You might ask Jadakiss, can you get a ride? You might ask Vince Carter, can you get a ride? You might ask Smack and Beasley and them, could you get a ride? You feel me? Might come past Daylight or one of them, or Arsenal or one of them. Battle rappers that have, and there are some battle rappers like Daylight, like Arsenal, like Charlie Clips, like Conceited, like Hitman, and we can go on, like Lux, like Hollow, like Math Hoffa. You feel me? A lot of these battlers have used the opportunity and made the best of the opportunity. But a lot of these battlers, man, they are hurting, man. You can look at Tay Rock and tell Tay Rock hurting. He could say, I got all these businesses, I got this, I got that. Well, if you got all that, then why are you still with Smack? You can't tell me you got that much hunger for the game. Any black person that is doing very, very well for themselves, we all know. What do black people do when they get their money, when they get their checks at work? What do black people do when we get some type of money? They could be in your face all day, all week, all month. Let them get paid and see if you see them. They could have been up your ass the whole fucking week. As soon as that payday come, you won't see them. Y'all know I ain't lying. You won't see them. I'd have been there, people, done that. Feel me? It takes a real one. I'm a real one. See, it takes a real one because I had money before. That's just like a nigga with a female. You know, this how you know a dude don't get no ass. You know, I still walk past females every day. I'm married. Walk past females every day before I was married. That stuff, I don't sweat that stuff. Because before I was married, you see what I'm saying? The way you get what you want from a female is to act like you really don't want it. Y'all know what time it is. But the rest of these dudes all act being loud, acting pressed and hot. Nah, man. Nah. Female gonna feel uncomfortable. She gonna feel like, man, he might, if I give him something, he gonna tell my business. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, back to the subject, man. I can talk about a lot of people. I might start up a Patreon too, man. Because I know YouTube don't really like people talking about going off topic and talking about like real life stuff. You see what I'm saying? They want you to stick on topic. So if you're gonna talk about battle rap, keep it battle rap. You know, so I might just do a Patreon. You know, once I grow my channel, and we can get on that joint. We can really talk. Once I start building my live up and I build my subscribers up, and y'all really can connect with me, I might do a Patreon. We can talk about a whole bunch of shit. But yeah, back to the topic, man. Yeah, they may not be contractually. It may not be contractually possible for them to be able to go to these other leagues. And then a lot of those dudes that can are going to act like they can't because smacking URL's money is so well and it's so great. Only thing that's so great and so well about Smack URL is the name, is the brand. It is indeed the most respected league. You know, a win isn't official unless it's done on the URL. That's it. That's it. Ain't nothing different from a money standpoint. Ain't nothing. They work you just like everybody else work you. King of the Dot work you just like everybody else work you. RBE, you feel me? They work you just like everybody else work you. Ain't no different. But I love to see some of these dudes, man. But see, even if these dudes were able to go, a lot of these dudes don't even know how to start, man. You had Cassidy. Anytime you got Cassidy coming in, he show you the blueprint on how you can, you know, market yourself and build yourself up. All in all, to be able to demand a big bag like him and promote, to build yourself up. And you still don't get it, it almost ain't no hope for you. You know, a lot of these dudes, man, that's just like people working jobs out here. They okay with, you know, having a weekend, having a good weekend, slaving through the whole week, and then having one good weekend. Every week you have one good weekend where you can spend your little money, one good week. You know, some places get paid. Well, most places get paid what, bi-weekly, every week. So they working for a weekend to have fun during the weekend. Rest of the week you been a slave. It's like battle rap. Every event you been a slave, and then once you get paid from that event, you can turn up until it's right back to being a slave. I'm just calling it how it is, man. Anytime people get offended, that's because it's true. Them dudes, man, they might be on the 360 deals and some more shit, man. Anytime, see a dude like Smack been there, done that. Remember I told y'all, if y'all old scammers, good chance is you were a young scammer. If you're an old thief, good chance is you were an old thief. I mean, you were a young thief. Like me, if you was a young square, chances is that you're an older square. That's just how it is, people. You know, ain't nothing changed from young Smack to Smack right now. It's just he's a lot more mature. You feel me? He's a veteran. He's been around. He's more seasoned. So he's more seasoned with his scamming now. As opposed to back then, he was a little raw. Pause. He was young. He was a little naive. He's still naive. But, you know, I leave that to the battlers. They are naive. Because they actually think this man got... That's the sad part. They actually think that this man got their best interest. But at the end of the day, it's the complete opposite, man. Trust me, Smack, Beasley, all of them, they go home and go to bed and they sleep well. They sleep comfortable. You know, some people when you doing evil, when you doing fuckery and you messing people over and shit like that, swindling people, you know, you get immune to it. You get immune to it. You know, but like I always tell them, and not to get biblical, but you can't shuck and jive him. You can't shuck and jive the man upstairs. You can't shuck and jive the Most High, people. So you can do whatever you want. What it say in the Bible, live like a heathen. You should never know peace. So if you want to live like the white man, and you want to do their evil and their, you know, deceiving, then you're going to get the same punishment. You're going to be put to death like them. But I ain't going to get too deep into my into biblical for y'all, but you get the point. You know, them dudes, man, a lot of them dudes ain't able to do nothing on their free will, man. They under contract. They under them slave contracts, working for them crumbs, man. And a lot of them dudes that ain't, you might as well say they is, because they ain't gonna step up and have their own mind and be their own man and say, forget this, I deserve better than that. They don't know they self and know they worth. So you might as well say they under the contract as well. They under the invisible one. Boycott. We wish they could boycott, but boycott starts from, see, when Martin Luther King did his thing, Malcolm X did his thing, you see me? All of the black icons and activists, you know, when they did their thing, and the ones that's doing their thing now, they stand for something. You know, they don't just fall for anything. See, a lot of these dudes, they don't stand for nothing. That's why they fall for anything. That's why I always say that, people. You don't stand up. See, me, I could quit a job and don't care about the money. I told my homeboy, right? He listened to me too. Now he doing good. I said, bruh, once they start realizing that money don't mean everything, and I'm telling y'all this too, once you start realizing that money don't mean everything, I could have my own business. You know, I might have my own business and I might be getting way less than the dude that work a 9 to 5, but guess what? This is my business. I have my peace. I have my sanity. You know, I can go to lunch when I want to. I can come back to work when I want to. I don't have to worry about, I got to rush back to work and clock back in from lunch. I got to hurry up and clock out so I can give me a few bites and then go back in. I got to sneak out of my job real quick and hand you this money or hand you something and give you something, and I got to go right back in. Oh, man, I got to get my head together. I got to get myself straight. Wash up, brush my teeth so I can go to work. I got to hurry up and do these last little bit of boxes and do this last little bit of work so I can get off and clock out so I can get ready for the next day. How the fuck that sound, man? And working is okay if you're using that as a stepping stone. If it's not the end-all be-all for you. Use that job and use that money. See, this world is about capitalism, people. Everybody is capitalizing. Don't be the one that everybody is capitalizing off of. You know, do some capitalizing yourself. Use the money that your boss give you, and I'm dropping jewels right now. These are the type of conversations I had with my friend. But I'm gonna drop a couple jewels to y'all, man. This the type of money. The money that you get from your job is the money that you need to save up some type of way. And my grandma would just say, I don't care if it's nothing but $25, $50. Use that money, stack 25, 50, put that to the side, and it accumulate. Take that money and start finding ways to find something that you have a hobby that you're interested in, and start working towards. Find your niche and start working towards that business. So that way, once that business starts to grow and it starts to grow bigger enough to where as though you can tell your boss adios, then you'll be good. And guess what you can do? You can pass it over to your child, or you can pass it over to one of the youth out here. But see, that's the problem right there. Too many smacks out here in the world. You feel me? It's too many of our bosses out here in the world. It's too many black brothers and sisters, you know, that are elders and adults that don't want to extend that hand and pull up the youth. Too many smacks out here. You know, you made money off the backs of these dudes, man, off the blood, sweat of these dudes, just like the white man made money and their kids made money off the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. But then they want to walk around and act like they was the ones who started the whole time. Who started it the whole time. I know what time it is. Just like Smack made money off these battle rappers, but then want to walk around here with his shades on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know how Smack do. You know what I'm saying? Respect the coaches, Mr. Classic. Yeah. Nah, you ain't nothing but a motherfucking Uncle Tom. Made money off the backs of your battlers, and now you ain't trying to reciprocate. I don't even like to go talk about dudes like Smack, man, because I go into a whole nother world, people. You know? But yeah, man, I'm going to end it right here, man. I hope those dudes boycott too, man. That's what we represent. That's what the real BRC represents. Shouts out to the bro, Van Lad Magazine, man. Dope brother, dope content. Go ahead and check out his channel, man. I just had to piggyback off of that. Usually, I don't really like to piggyback off of people's stuff. I like to give them the respect and let them push their own stuff. But I just thought I had to touch on that because, you know, I usually talk about it. You know, and also just kind of letting y'all know the direction that he was trying to go with that thing. You know, but it may not be possible for a lot of those dudes, you know, contractually to move forward and boycott. A lot of those dudes think in their mind, I gotta have the money. I had to have the money. But when you think about the money, you start to lose sight of your sanity. You start to lose sight of your morals and your principles. You know? And that's what's going on right now. A lot of those dudes are worrying about the celebrity status and the money so much and all of that they starting to lose sight of reality. And that's the man that actually is trying to portray like he's for the culture, and the man that actually, I ain't gonna even say put them on, because at the end of the day, they put him on as well. They put Smack on as well. You feel me? But he's making it seem like he's doing them a favor. I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie with, a lot of y'all seen, what's that, NWA? The movie? And Ice Cube, that scene where Ice Cube told the white dude, I think that was Priority Records or one of those records. You know, remember when he left Jerry Heller and Eazy-E, and when he found out that Eazy-E and them was taking their money, and Ice Cube went to a label himself, and the white dude was scamming him too. And Ice Cube was like, you know, why do I feel like you making me beg for something that's technically mine? You know, if a lot of y'all seen that, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But a lot of y'all that haven't seen that, go ahead and check that movie out, but you'll see that scene. And that's how I feel like with the battlers with Smack. You're making these dudes beg for something that was owed to them a long time ago. But you're giving off the perception like, you know, they need you and you was the founder and you started it. But at the end of the day, it was a collective effort. You wouldn't be nothing without Loaded Lux. You wouldn't be nothing without the J Millses. You wouldn't be nothing without the T-Rex. You wouldn't be nothing without Even Goods. You wouldn't be nothing without Cassidy, most importantly. You wouldn't be nothing without none of those cats. The Hitmans, Verbs, Murder Moot, importantly. You know, Hollow the Dons. You feel me? It's been them from the beginning. It's been Smack and it's been the battlers from the beginning, but Smack always treat them dudes like stepchilds. You seen how quick Smack treat them like a stepchild when Cassidy came? Cassidy deserved that. See, all Cassidy do was try to show them how to get it and to show them that this is what I deserve and this is how you get treated when you get what you deserve. And this is how y'all should demand things, and this is how y'all should be treated. But see, you gotta have a mind state. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Everybody can't be a businessman. You gotta have that mentality. A lot of those dudes don't have that mentality. They was never taught that mentality. That's why people like Smack can get over on them for so many years and continue to get over on them, because in their mind, they feel like they obligated to Smack because Smack is giving them an opportunity in which a lot of those battlers work with Smack to make Smack in the URL what it is. But in their mind, they feel like Smack and them giving them an opportunity. If you're going to thank Smack, thank Mook. If you're going to thank Smack, thank Jay Mills. If you're going to thank Smack, thank Cassidy. If you're going to thank Smack, thank T-Rex. If you're going to thank Smack, thank all the rest, Loaded Lux and all the rest of those dudes, the forefathers that made it possible right along with Smack to make the URL what it is. If you want to thank Tom Brady, thank Bill Belichick. If you want to thank Tim Duncan, thank Greg Popovich. Because if it wasn't for Greg Popovich, it'd be no Tim Duncan. If it wasn't for Bill Belichick, it'd be no Tom Brady. You know? If it wasn't for no Phil Jackson, it wouldn't be no Kobe. If it wasn't for Phil, it wouldn't be no Mike. But yeah, that's all I got to say, people. You know, just breathe on that one, man. Learn from that one. You know, it's your boy Retro Rob, man. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to receive all new notifications when new content is dropping. Make sure you support, make sure you spread the word. The ones that support and spread the word, hit the like button frequently, comment frequently, and have conversations with me on the comment section. I really appreciate it. For those of you who are wondering why I can't go live, that's because YouTube has set this thing up to where it's now in order to go live. I'm doing it from my phone, so for right now, you have to either do it on another device like a computer or a tablet, or if you're gonna do it from your phone, you gotta have over 1,000 subscribers. You know, so like I told y'all, I'm in the midst of moving right now. Should be hearing something within the next couple weeks, and I'll be moving up out of here, and then we gonna get this thing set up. But hopefully, y'all can get me to 1,000 subscribers. You know, if I keep grinding, and we can get live, man.